And now live from the Choway Stadium, it's a new season of America's favorite virtual sports series on the Chow Emperor channel, Chow Racing 2022. Everyone is on the clock and ready to go. Let's have a Chow Race! Season 68 is underway here at the Choway Stadium as Bryson Dorrance, Ben Henderson, Sonny Bentley, and Jose Agano do the first race of the new season on the Power Course. They push the balls to the other side and by way of saying, Ben Henderson beats out Jose Agano to the finish line. So Ben Henderson gets the first victory as we begin a whole new season here on Chow Racing 2022. And now, here is the host of Chow Racing himself, Brandon Shannings. Thank you so much, Paul, and hello to your fans home. Well, after we had a lot of huge success from Season 67, it's time to start a whole new journey again for Season 68. We got your favorite superstars from the 2021 season last year, along with great superstars from the past ready for another chance. And of course, we got a couple of newcomers, as always, like we did each and every year. So it could be anybody's game, like we always do each and every season. Congratulations to Ben Henderson. He won the battle against Jose Agano on the Power Course to get the first victory of the new season. What will happen in race number 2? We'll find out the answer after we present a word from our sponsor. The opening week's action of Chow Racing 2022 is sponsored by Dunkin', the executive proud partner of Chow Racing to help keep America running on Dunkin'. So, Brandon Shannings and Paul Sagamore ready to call all the action for the opening week's action as we are just beginning a whole new season here on Chow Racing 2022. Who do we have for race number 2, Paul? Well, Brandon, race number 2 features Nolan Holmes, Trevor Hoffa, Kai Hugelson, and Steven Robinson, who is a hero child for the spring half of the season. It will be held on the Amethyst course. Here's how the lineup for us for the second race of the first week of the season. The players are lined up and ready to go. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race! And Trevor Hoffa is quarterback. That will give Nolan, Kai, and Steven the opening edge. We'll soon find out which one will pay off or not in the only one. Right now, Steven Robinson has control of the lead. He is a hero normal type job because he's got a light blue halo on the top of his head. And it looks like Nolan Holmes is heading for the water, as the very first speed burst of Season 68 will be made by our hero child in this race, Steven Robinson, trying to defend the lead over Kai Hugelson. Trevor Hoffa is also heading for the water, along with a couple of super child to come on. And it looks like one is still child squad west, Nolan Holmes taunts to the crowd, as Kai Hugelson takes speed burst number 2, but it's not going to be enough to catch up to Steven Robinson at the finish line. Steven Robinson wins this one over Kai Hugelson. So Steven Robinson gets his first win towards qualifying for the 2023 playoffs. And he is smiling. Yes, sir, Paul. But how long will his smile last? We'll soon know. Back in a bit. Do not go away. And while we get hyped up for our Season 68 of Chow Racing with the Chow Racing Universe, we'd like to introduce 4 of our newcomers for race number 3. Paul, let's hear about it. Alright, this race will feature the debut of Calvin Estlander, Mason Richards, Sergio Wesley, and Vance Alfred Portis. This race will be held on the Sapphire course. So, on behalf of everyone on the Chow Racing Universe, let me be the first to welcome Calvin, Mason, Sergio, and Vance to the Chow Racing Universe. Hopefully, this first race will go very well for all 4 competitors. Let's see who's got what it takes to get on board for the first time in their career. And we're about to waiting for a sound we all like to hear. and off! Advance is quarterbacks. So let's watch Calvin, Mason, and Sergio. The sweet child will have control of the opening edge, and down goes Mason for the count. He almost ran off course, but right now he has command of the lead over Sergio Wesley, who is battling with number 8 for second place, and Sergio Wesley is scoring the rest. And down goes Mason Richards again, as the first superstar against Beatbus is Sergio Wesley. One of the newcomers for Chow Racing 2022. A couple of Super Chow advance are battling for drive as Mason Richards, our leader, takes BS number 2, and he can't forget about going west. Sergio Wesley is going west, so Vance will have a little bit of catching up to do in the early one. As the next BS we made by number 7, try to maintain the lead over the 4th Chow in the middle of the pack. Mason Richards is safely at the home stretch with a big lead over number 7 to be exact. Advance with the next BS, but that was a pity that time. Mason Richards has this race all wrapped up, ladies and gentlemen. Mason Richards gets his first career victory of the season, as the last BS of this exciting race will be made by number 1. Thank you all 4 newcomers for a great first race, and congratulations to Mason on his job well done. Coming up, there's more exciting action for you, but first, have a look at this. Welcome back to the opening week's action of Chow Racing 2022. Time for the next race ball. Okay, next up we have 2-time Tag Team Championship runner-up Bobby K, known as the Bobby Mater, Brooks Robinson, Troy Jenners, all dressed in dark, and Raymond Hill, a dark running type Chow. But they're gonna cheer on all the Chow nevertheless. This race will be held on the week course. The players are lined up ready to go, everyone's on the clock, and please start the race! And Brooks Robinson is quarterback, so he'll be left behind in the competition. The other 3 Chow, Bobby, Troy, and Raymond, are swimming at the Ruby course. Bobby K trying to defend the lead over Raymond Hill and newcomer Troy Jenners. It's going to be a close round down to the wire. And as number 1 takes his beamers, Bobby K wins this one. The Bobby Mater gets a huge victory over Raymond Hill and Troy Jenners. What a deal. That's right, Paul. The Bobby Mater deserves another huge victory here tonight. Coming up, we got more exciting action for you, but first have a look at this. And while high hopes for Season 68 continue to hype up for the new year, let us proceed to race number 5, Paul. Okay, race number 5 will feature Sam Hewitts, Orlando Albesta in a dark flying type, Thomas Linklater, who was the 2021 World Champion, and that Blue Devil dark no more time, you can recognize him. He's the Gundam Style Master, Garrett Dayton. So let's go back to the Pearl course and continue our open wings action. A starry night tonight with no crowds inside, and are all pumped up and ready to go. So let's have a chase! So on the Pearl course, they push your balls to the other side, and the first superstar to make it across finish line, regardless of the standing, will earn a W on the scoreboard for us tonight. And it's going to be the Gundam Style Master Garrett Dayton, the Blue Devil, the Blue Dark Normal Type Chow. Everyone is going to do the Gundam Style dance tonight. I'm sure we will do it too. Do not go away, there's more excitement coming up. Well, we're approaching our first halftime break of the new season here on Chow Racing 2022, and it's been an exciting night so far for all of our 48 men superstars. Right now, let's proceed to race number 6, and who do we have again, Paul? Race number 6 will feature Austin Geralds, who is the 2020 Rising Stars champion, Wayne Jefferson, Nick Gimmick, yeah, he's back after a long time, and Otis Erickson. It's been a while since we last saw Nick Gimmick, and of course we'd like to welcome Austin, Wayne, and Otis to the Chow Racing Universe. Let's see how well they will do in the first race. Best luck to these next 4 superstars, and let's rock this place! And Otis Erickson is quarterback. So let's watch Austin, Wayne, and Nick. These 3 Chow had control of the opening edge, with Nick Gimmick trying to get a better season after slumping in his last appearance a couple years ago. Right now, Wayne Jefferson is going to rest. Also, Gerald's better hurry up if we want to catch up to Nick Gimmick in a hurry. And one so Chow is heading for the water as Nick Gimmick takes the Owen toss and down he goes for the count. Wow, he went a little way too fast that time. Next time, try to keep up with the pace, slow down a little bit. But he is having a commanding lead over Austin Jones for the current moment, as number 1 of the Silver Chow will take speed race number 2. Well, it looks like Nick Gimmick is going to hold off Austin Jones for the victory. Nick Gimmick gets the victory. His return over there was a huge success over Austin Jones. As number 2, we'll get the next speed race and now it's going to do it. So, how about that for Nick Gimmick? Yes, congratulations to Nick Gimmick are in order. Lots more fun after this announcement. Stay tuned. Alright, race number 7. Lucky number 7, as a matter of fact, for one East Chow at least. Tell us all by Paul. Alright, race number 7 will feature Grayson P. Leroy, Elijah Hauser, Eddie Williams, and TJ Edwards. So a big welcome to Grayson and Elijah to the Chow Racing Universe this season. It's been a while since we last saw Eddie and TJ with us. Let's see how they will do in that first race on the Sapphire course. That's what we're heading towards next. The players are lined up and ready to go. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race. And Elijah Hauser is quarterback. That will give Grayson, Eddie, and TJ the opening edge, with TJ off to an excellent start ahead of the competition. Number 7 trying to maintain second place over Eddie Williams. TJ Edwards wants to turn his bad season around for the better after slumping last season. Down there goes for the count, as the first superstar against Beepers is Eddie Williams. Remember, his partner Owen Williams will be here later in the show. He's with us too. And down goes number 1 for the count. Right now, he's getting straight in last place as TJ Edwards takes BS number 2, and he's maintaining a huge lead ahead of Eddie Williams. Looks like Grayson decided to go to best, so he'll have to drop down a couple places. Eddie Williams trying to catch up with our leader TJ Edwards. I don't think he'll make a miracle statement anyway. Next BS belongs to Grayson P. Leroy, one of the newcomers for the season. TJ Edwards is safely in the lead ahead of number 8, and he is going to win this one right over there. Terry Joe Edwards, TJ Edwards is our winner. As Grayson P. Leroy is better close this one out, with back-to-back speed also come in second place. A big job well done to TJ Edwards for this race. Yes, nice job TJ. Let's hope for a better season this time. Lots more fun after this announcement. Stay tuned. Okay, Paul, you know what to do next. Time to simple it up. Race number 8. You got it. It will feature Casey Richardson, Gary Coles back after a long time, Owen Williams and the Williams Brothers, and Hendricks Jackson. A dark no more time chow for this half of the season. So, on to the Ruby course. This is the second Ruby course test on the seas of the week. Let's see what happens here. Best luck to these 4 players, and let's rock this place. And as Owen Williams goes best, Casey Richardson is going to lead away for the other competitors, with Hendricks Jackson, a newcomer, with a non-normal type chow in the gray color, sitting in second place right behind him. But I think Casey Richardson is going to get the victory here tonight. No one is expected to get BS before Casey Richardson heads to the finish line. So Casey Richardson gets the job done tonight, as Owen Williams will get the 1 BS. Yes, Paul, no doubt about that Casey's going to spoil his audience tonight. Stay tuned, there's more assignment coming up. So, still to come this week, we will present the first main event of Season 68, in which it will be a rematch of this past year's World Championship race from the 2022 Championship Series. But now it's time to find out who will prevail in race number 9. And for race number 9, we have Ricky Nelson, Luke Green, we mentioned that in the 2021 Tournament of Champions that he'll be back, Benny Moore, that Urban Cowboy who's dressed in a hero chow, and Dominic P. Harrells. Welcome aboard, Dominic, to the season. Let's see how well they will do in the first race of Season 68. This will be the third and final race. It will be held on the Pearl course for our schedule, like we always do. And here's a look at the lineup. Which will earn a victory to start off the new season? There's only one way to find out. And the balls are being placed on the field. Let's see what happens here as opening week's action continues to unfold. Let's have a chow race! And Luke Green and Dominic P. Harrells are both going to mess. So Ricky Nelson and Benny Moore will have control of the opening edge. Which one of these two will pay off in the only one? Looks like Benny Moore has a little bit of advantage. And making their way to a finish line, Benny Moore is the winner. The Urban Cowboy did it as Ricky Nelson goes to mess along more to a chow. As the one speed bus of this race will be made by number 8. So towering went off for the Urban Cowboy Benny Moore. Yep. Hats off to you from Giant Studios. Back in a bit, do not go away. Alright, there's still 2 more races to go before we get to the first main event of the season. Tell us all about race number 10, Paul. Alright, race number 10 will feature the Mexican Ricardo Cayman, Zach Allison, Rusty Jackington, one half of the Tag Team Champions, and Ethan Kingsley. I apologize for saying the wrong pronunciation on the first name, but he is the Hard-Shake Master, as a matter of fact, and he is back for more. Anyway, let us proceed to the Amethyst course, and wish these next 4 group of chow good luck for the first time this season. Who is going to prevail for the championship run? We're about to find out the answer right now. Please start the race! Alright, there goes Ethan Kingsley. He is all twin X-Twin start ahead of the young competitors. Ooh, the competition is heating up. And remember, anything can happen in a chow racing universe. Like we did last season, anything is possible. And Rusty Jackington is pausing for one more, so I have to drop down a couple places. Ethan trying to hold on to a big lead ahead of the other competitors in a hurry. And who will get the first speed bus? It is Rusty Jackington, who I do believe who was going to bus. So now he'll have to catch up with that speed bus. Ethan now has command on the lead ahead of number 7, who is heading for the water. I think everyone's going to do the Hard-Shake Master dance if he keeps it up, yeah? As Zach Allison, 3-time World Championship finalist, takes PS from number 2. Ethan Kingsley is our winner! Everyone's gonna do the Hard-Shake. Ethan is our winner, as the last speed bus on this race will be made by Ricardo Cayman. So, are you ready to do Hard-Shake? Yes, we are, as we lead us to a commercial break. There's more assignment coming up. Well, now it's time to present a rematch of the Senior Championship, Paul. That's right, race number 11 will feature our 2022 Senior Champion, Jack Parson, who is a Dark Fly type. The license to drive out his senior, Kenny Days, and Will Linkson. So, we proceed back to the Sapphire course. These 4 are ready to go for another great season after they have to settle for a Senior Championship race last season. Who is going to prevail? We're about to find out the answer right now. Let's rock this place! So, after Jack Parson emerged victorious in this past year's championship series in the Senior Championship race, these 4 shall compete again to find out who will take the first step towards returning to the playoffs for 2023. And right now, it looks like Kenny Days, Kenny Days is quarterback. So that means Will Linkson will have command of the lead, as the first superstar to get beat bus is number 7. And that'll be another taking the lead over 4 Silver Chow for the moment. And right now, number 8 is getting straight in last place. They're going to be climbing up the wall. And who is going to get speed race number 2? It's that Dark Fly type, Jack Parson. And look at that. Will Linkson and Alvin Sr. are both going to rest. That means Jack Parsons will have command of the lead up in the front. As the license to drive, Albion Sr. takes the next command speed, but it looks like Jack Parsons is going to barely hold on to the lead ahead of Kenny Days. He is swimming away from Kenny Days, and number 7 can say farewell to the Yellowstone Chow. He gets his second speed bus of the race, as Jack Parsons, that Dark Fly type demo, wins this one. He's on his way towards a return trip to the playoffs, as the last speed bus of this race will be made by Willingson. Congratulations, Jack Parsons. Yep, they sure don't like you, even though you are a Dark Chow. The main event is on its way next, after we present one from this. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! As we present the opening week's main event of the 68th season of Chow Racing. And Brandon, this main event is going to be exciting. We have a rematch of this past year's 2022 World Championship race, featuring our defending World Champion Ozzie Jenkins, Chip Sauvé, Bruno Alonso, and Dave Miller. This main event is presented by our executive power partner, Duncan, who helps keep America running on Duncan. There's a look at the lineup. After a swell performance by Ozzie Jenkins 2 weeks ago, let's find out who will take the first step towards reaching the next World Championship race. The players are lined up and ready to go. Everyone is on the clock, and let's have a race! And there goes Ozzie Jenkins, trying to fulfill his first win in hopes of repeating as the world champion. Right now in the 4th challenge, I'm going to shake the palm trees as we proceed to the Emerald course. And it looks like Ozzie and Dave are going to be battling for the lead up in the front. And who's going to get the first speed bus on the opening week's main event? It's number 8 who gets it, and he is going to be heading for the water. Number 2 is getting stranded in last place behind the competition over at the bridges, as he will take speed bus number 2, but I think he needs a lot more help than that, don't you think? Anyway, Bruno Alonso was scored the rest, and now it's a 5-way showdown between our 4 competitors and number 8 of the Silver Chow, as the next BS was made by number 1, who desperately needs to catch up below number 7. Poor number 2 is still left behind last place, and we have passed the 1 minute mark. The opening week's main event showing hyping up for the new season of Chow Racing 2022. As Dave Miller, who finished in 4th place last season, takes the next command because, oh well, Bruno Alonso might not have any hope of catching up to the crown in a hurry. Well, as always, the best of the season for Bruno himself, never give up anyways. And Dave Miller, who was taking the lead for a while, takes back-to-back spears, trying to once again catch up to Ozzie and Chip, who are battling for the lead up in the front. Poor number 2, meanwhile, still really needs some much-needed speed bus from the crown, and he will get one of them. That makes his second speed bus on the race, but I think that's all he's going to get for this race. Dave Miller may use back speed bus to get back to lead, but will be enough to hang on to the lead? We'll find out soon enough. Next PS belongs to Bruno Alonso, and right now I do believe Ozzie has a chance. Yep, Ozzie Jenkins has got back the lead from Dave Miller, trying to defend it for a second time in this race, as number 1 will get his second speed bus. Ozzie Jenkins gonna hold on for the victory, and he is on his way towards defending his title. Ozzie Jenkins wins the opening week's main event presented by Duncan, won a deal by the defending champion himself, as number 1 is better closest one out with back-to-back spears will be point number 2 in the nuts. Congratulations to Ozzie. That's right, will he repeat as world champion? We'll soon know. Back in a bit, do not go away. Well, 1 week is in the books, folks, and we'd like to take this time to thank everyone, all the fans here in the stadium, and all you fan viewers watching from home, for making the opening week's action a huge success as we look forward to season 68. Make sure to tune in next week on the YouTube channels, as we will present week 2 of season 68. Same time, same channel. Until then, this is your host, Brandon Chang, signing off. Keep on smiling, look forward to season 68 of Chow Racing, and so long, everybody! Channel Racing 2022 has been sponsored by our executive partner Duncan. America runs on Duncan. This is Paul Sycamore signing off. Join us again for more exciting action on Channel Racing 2022. See you next week.